Morning. Mom, turn down your music. Mom, trying to do a live stream. What's she doing back there? All right, so how are you doing, come allez-vous? Welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community of almost 21,000 foreign exchange traders. We gather here today, conduct technical and fundamental analysis with their overriding goal of planning their trades in advance because trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, never risk money you cannot afford to lose. So, guten Morgen. My name is Wayne McDonald. I'm a trader, I'm an investor, I'm an economist, I'm a lover, I'm a hater. Hater of mediocrity. So anyways, thank you for being here, being part of the Forex.Today YouTube community. I honestly believe we make the world a better place. Yes, we focus on planning our trades in advance. We use a combination of technical analysis and fundamental analysis and trader psychology to try to figure out what's going to happen in the near future. We're talking about later today. We're talking about tomorrow. We're talking about next week. We're talking about next quarter. We're talking about next year. We have to consider the Fed. We're going to have to consider market conditions and changing positioning. So right now you're going to see rotation, which is part of portfolio management. So you might say, Wayne, the markets are moving strangely. Only if you're using technical and fundamental analysis. But if you understand the money management industry, it's not unusual at all. Yeah. So anyways, ask questions, get involved. I will do my best to serve. You are the boss. I am a humble servant. Let me show you some resources that have been made available to you over the last 20 years of me doing this. So I'm going to go to the youtube.com/Forex.Today. That's where you are. That's where I am. But I got to bring this page up. And there we are here on the Monday. Up. And there we are here on the Monday. Wow, that's pretty good. Almost no lag at all. Huh. Well, good job, YouTube. Apparently a $5 trillion company can finally get their act together. Thank you, Google. Anyway, so check it out. Beautifully organized. Will you please leave a book review on my book? That'd be great. You want a 90-minute lecture on fundamental analysis? I actually show you my first trading strategy, and then I show you why it worked and why yet it was still, I don't know, mediocre. I don't know, it was better than mediocre. But anyways, I show you all my first trading strategies and how I did a basic version of fundamental analysis. Today I would like to do some tradeplans.ai. Is anyone here willing to post a trade plan for me to review? Favor? I have no idea what you're talking about. So tradeplans.ai, post a trade plan. I think the best education on the internet when it comes to trading and investing, I don't think you'll get a better deal than $88 for 88 hours of legitimate, like lecture style video training videos. And of course, really what we all need, I believe, is a trustworthy, ethical foreign exchange broker. Traders Way is an ECN, which means they actually enter your trades into the interbanking system. They don't get involved. They don't book you and trade against you and all that kind of stuff. And because of that, the way that their business model works is if they're not going to trade against you and treat you like a sucker, which most brokers do, then the best way for them to endure and have a sustainable business is to have you succeed as a trader so that you can trade for years. And therefore, they're like, Wayne, we love it if you provide quality training to our clients because we want them to succeed. Wow, that is amazing. It doesn't sound amazing, maybe, but if you've been around like I have, you know that that is a rare and beautiful thing. So Trader's Way is not a unicorn. It's a trustworthy, ethical foreign exchange broker that actually exists. So Favor says, what is on that pool? Because on my sides, I can't see what's written. I have no idea what you're talking about. Let's see what you guys are interested in. Thank you for completing the poll. Oh, the poll. The poll. I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay. You lost me at pool. I get you. Favor says, what? So we looked at Euro pound, Euro strong, or Euro's weak, pound is strong. We're looking at gold and oil. So let's start with some of that. I got Euro going on right now. It's been weak for the last couple of days. Okay. I covered it in this morning's trading strategy at youtube.com/@quantbox. Right on, Richard made some hood money. That sounds good, Richard. Keeping it real. No, I liked hood money better. Inglewood. Yeah. Anyways, so euros, or I should say Swiss franc is not a strong currency. Look at that. So what I want to point out is it's been weak, but it doesn't mean it will continue to be weak. Maybe it will, but not necessarily. So it's 8:30, and so I did this 2 hours ago already. Yeah. Nepo wants to do Euro Aussie. Sure, you bet. Okay. But before we get into all this, you got to organize your thoughts. I'm not sure how you guys do that. Many new traders, they just trade the same things. They just go look for patterns, or they trade the same currency pair, and there's no rhyme to reason to what they do. So you should start. Okay, you should start. And by the way, that free training course, the 90-minute training course on fundamentals, I showed in that video. I showed you how I created my own indices. Now, this is a recent price action, but when I first started trading, I created indices based on overnight volatility. Same, sorta. Same, only different. Because, but you know, the volatility has direction, right? Positive vol, negative vol, and then from that I would create indices. And before I even looked at a chart, I would do this. I'd do Aussie strong, Euro weak. CAD, okay, yen strong. Dollar, okay, Swissy strong. Kiwi strong. Pound strong. So I would start with that process. Okay. So then I would say pound, euro. So euro, pound. right? Euro Kiwi, Euro Swissy, Euro Aussie, okay, Euro Yen. And I would start with that process. And I would go from strong to weak and organize these. And then, see, even back then I had to take it through, I had to filter it one step further. So I'd get down to like 5 currency pairs I wanted to trade and the direction. Okay? But the bottom line is I'd be shorting this or looking to short this. And usually it works, but then sometimes it doesn't. And that has to do with when does it change? And that was a bigger question for me. But back then I would have to filter things because I think a pound dollar spread was 7 pips. And I think back then you paid like 13 pips spread on pound yen, you know, and you had to pay attention to your spread back then because it was so large. You guys are so lucky to start with so many wonderful resources available to you. And one of them is a low cost of trading. When I started, it was much more expensive to trade. And just little things too, like your trading platform didn't have any charts. So just to look at charts, it cost you, let's say, $200 a month. And you couldn't trade on them. They were just charts with a price feed, but not connected to a broker. So that's why I trade the way I trade, where I do my fundamentals first, decide what I'm interested in, which puts me into boss mode. I may or may not sell euro today. In fact, I might buy euro because it's fallen enough. But I make that foundational, if you will, decision. And now I'm done. I make a decision. Maybe I buy this today. Okay? The exact opposite of what you might be doing. Because you're like, it's weak, so I want to sell it. Yeah, that will probably be true. Okay, depending on how the rest of things turn out today. But, so a retail trader will always short this, and a positional trader will look to buy because it is low, and they believe this is out of position for now. So you have to decide one or the other. Once the decision is made, then you zip over and do your technical analysis. You see? So now we can go back to the euro, and you have a choice. Let's do it this way. Okay? You can sell one more, you can continue selling, and that would be your trade plan for the next day or two. Do you agree? Please type it in. I know you know, but I'm trying to talk to your subconscious. Do you agree that this is one possible strategy for the next day or two? Type in yes or no. Favor doesn't believe that that's a possibility. Favor can predict the future. Dakar says no. So you guys don't think there's a chance of that at all? Very interesting. This is why you ask questions. I didn't say that would happen. Yeah, it's a possibility. So you have to plan for it, Dakar. Since it's a possibility and we don't know the future, even if you don't want to or disagree with it, that could be the thing. All right? Now, the next possibility is the reversal. So bulls and bears should be on high alert here. So the next one would be something more like this. Okay. Candle says double bottom, but it's already a double bottom. Okay. So really what's being set up here is the 1, 2, 3. Okay. So there's the double bottom. So somebody bought the double bottom. I don't like to trade that way, but I understand it. It's one possibility. So a bull can buy this. The second thing is then you take this old support and you drag it across and it becomes resistance. And so bears will sell here. His buddy's got a stutter. Try singing it. Okay. So now what? Now we're here. Okay. And so now the question is this in play? Okay. See, bears can't sell here. Bears can't sell here. So the bears are done. The bears sold up here like 4 or 5 hours ago. Like, what are you doing? If you're selling it now, like, what are you doing? Okay. So bears are done. Table set kind of thing. And bulls have an opportunity now. Bulls have more opportunities than bears because bears can't sell at support. And there's support 1 and support 2. So the rest of the morning is really set for bulls, whether they enter or not enter. Now, based on your analysis of institutional investing, and I covered this in the QuantBox video this morning, so you can watch it on YouTube hours late. We already did all this work. That's why the rich get richer. Because they have all these tools and resources. It's unfair. We've already done all this work hours ago. It's sort of weird, like, it's like only rich people fly a lot, but if you fly a lot, you get upgraded to first class for free, and only rich people fly in first class, but none of the rich people pay for it. It's weird. It's like if you stay at hotels a lot, they upgrade you to suites. You get a suite for free. You get your valet parking for free. You get a meal for free. So the richer you are, the less you have need for money. I suggest you get rich quick. or at least eventually. So anyways, yeah, so we've already done this work. So you might say, well, I get what you're saying. Well, it's actually not what I'm saying. I'm just doing technical analysis. You might decide something similar, but on a different pair. Here's Euro CAD on a 1 hour. It's somewhat similar to the Euro Swissy, but you might be more bearish on CAD than Swissy. So you're like, okay, same. And you're looking for down, up, sell, down, up, sell, down, up, sell, down, up, sell, down, up, down, up, down. Does that sound bearish? Up, up, down, down. Does that sound bearish? Okay. So what you might want to do on this one, if you were thinking of buying euro because it's fallen too far, okay, you might want to look for patterns like this where if you're a bull, if bull, okay, buy double bottoms or higher lows. What else does a bull do? Nothing. If you don't do that, you're not a bull, you're not a bear, you're a pig. Because bears just do the opposite. But if you can't set up the bullish stuff right, you can't do the bearish stuff right. Okay? So you're either a bull or a bear or a pig. And what happens to pigs? That's right. Ashish is right. Pigs get slaughtered. Okay, remember, many newer traders, and maybe you, when you first started trading, you would use all these indicators to make decisions. These indicators simply help you decide, is this a higher low? Is this a higher low? Like you could have a career, ladies and germs, saying if you've decided to be a bull, you're not even interested in double bottoms. You only buy higher lows. What if that's all you did? And in situations where you are a bear, okay, all you did was sell lower highs. It's just the same thing in inverse. What if that's all you did? Would you be successful? You're like, oh, look at double top. I don't sell those. Oh, look at a double bottom. I don't buy those. You buy higher lows after a double bottom. You sell lower highs after a double top. And right? And Asimov says, yes, that's the thing. Yes, if that's all you did, 60% of the time you'd be right every time. Maybe even better than that, right? Gando says 70% successful. Yeah, probably. And here's the thing, since you're trading after double tops and double bottoms, 70% of those successful trades, Kando, are swing trades. They're not pissy little scalps, right? Like you're bragging to your mom that you made 18 pips today. Oh, sweetheart, you're so smart. I'm so proud of you, my sweet baby. Dude, 18 pips, that's a rounding error. Okay? The difference between 18 pips and 180 pips is, well, you sold a lower high after a double top. Actually, you know what? I did one of those. Let me use that as an example. It was a yen, wasn't it? Yeah. Sure as shit through a goose. All right. Look. Double top. Okay. And again, everyone that's gone through the training at investorbootcamp.com knows the importance of that red zone. The red zone means down. I'm going down in a burning ring of fire. I go down, 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 and the flames get higher, and it burns, burns, burns. Yeah, that ring of fire, that ring of fire. Yeah, so look, it means down. And vice versa for buy, yeah. So look, okay. Yes, Mr. Wright, absolutely. Of course. Absolutely. I covered it this morning. If you want it for free, right? In case you ain't got no money, yes, but the answer is yes. But let me do this and then remind me, and I'll show you where you can get it. And then if you like what you see, you can swing on by and become a subscriber. All right. So, step one. The red zone says get ready for maybe down. Not that it will, because this pivot profit zone is only profit taking for bulls. So when you get to here, it doesn't mean down. It means bulls will take profit. Did anybody sell? No. Only bulls sold. There are no bears. It's from a Jim Morrison poem. Out here, there are no bears. Yeah, okay? This is bulls selling. This is bulls buying back. And this is bulls wimping out. So we have a double top now based on bulls taking profit. Well, this time it's a double top, which means the bulls lost all their courage. Now, there's possibly selling going on because bears can sell double tops. Can bears sell one-touch tops? Broke-ass bears, we call those bats, okay? Who sells a high? A bat. See, there are bulls, there are bears, oops, okay? There are pigs. Pigs are in the middle because they get slaughtered. Bulls slaughter them, bears slaughter them. What about bats? Bats sell high, right? Bats sell higher highs. Bats buy lower lows. What's a bat? A broke-ass trader. Pigs get slaughtered. Bats go into bankruptcy. That's right. Broke-ass trader sells a higher high. What a knucklehead. What a nincompoop, huh? Selling a higher high. All right, so let's get in here. So what I want to focus now is that's a double top. And I said you could do things like, you could sell the double top, but I said you can get rid of the double top trade and only sell lower highs after a double top. And that's exactly what this trade was. So you have to understand the red zone means be prepared for profit taking, look for double tops. Then you zoom in, you're like, there's the double top. Then I zoom in again. This is the right shoulder of the double top. Lower low, lower high, sell. Okay, and then you can rinse and repeat. Lower low, lower high, sell, lower low, lower high, sell. Lower low, consolidation, 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 lower low, lower high, sell, lower low, lower high, sell, lower low, lower high, sell. Look at me predicting the future. Okay. And now my stops here because I've locked in, I don't know, I'm short at, what is that, 188 and something. And one there, so anyways. So I could move this. How far? I can move it to here, which is 170 pips. So I'll just move it to 150 pips, make it just a nice round number. Okay, that's how you scalp, boy. Okay. Cool. Huh? Yeah. Yep. Okay. Now, part of this, for full transparency, had to do with conversations that we did at both the swing trading group and the day trading group at Investor Bootcamp in regards to the Bank of Japan and yield curve control. It's not even seasonal. This is counter-seasonal. This is like harvesting in the spring. It's strange, but it is what it is. Okay? So I did it fundamentally first. I'm also not a big fan of the pound. Now, the pound's actually strong in the moment. So it's not even a good trade. Okay? But I might hang on to it until we get down to 181, 182. Let's call it 182. So I'm gonna wait and collect somewhere between 500 and 600 pips minimum. I'd like 800 pips. See, that's boss mode, isn't it? Boss mode. Hey, look, 15 pips, grab it. You'll get rich. Let it run, baby. Do some more work. Come on, Bubba. Now, the threat to this trade, of course, is right here. So I know that, you know that. So we'll pay attention. So if it turns and it pops up, I'm only going to make 150 pips. You want to do that? 1,000,000 times, right? Hey, if you only did that 1,000,000 times, right, you'd be rich. Yep. Well, that's the trick. This is a hard gig, man. But notice all the yens are coming down, but this has all been planned. Yeah, it's all been planned. How many people here are posting trade plans at tradeplans.ai? If you don't want to do it, just tell me. If you want me to review your trade plan, give you feedback, please post here. It looks like I'm going to give you a little kiss. Okay? Cool. Please do it. And actually post a real trade plan with real targets and stuff, please. Maybe it takes you 1 minute. I will probably take 5 minutes to go over your trade. Maybe 3, so 3-to-1 investment, me into you. So let's go through the world. Let's do gold, oil, and Bitcoin and the stock markets. Let's do everything. Everything. Okay, Japanese stock market, back to the top. Look at this. Let me draw a box inside the box. Top, 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 top. Oh, God, as Kanye would say. Click, click, click. Look at this, huh? Okay. Is this important? It might be. We don't know. But how do you feel? Okay. Is this a top? it might end up here. If that occurs, yen remains strong. It would be a complete unwind of this move. Or your other idea would be up, down, and then up, down, up. Which one? Well, they both agree right now anyways, don't they? Doesn't even matter. If bulls, no bear would sell. Well, a bear is allowed to sell that. They're pretty aggressive, though. Oh, my owl showed up. Oh, my owl. No, not Harry Potter. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Gee whiz, wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be sweet? You had an owl as a pet. They're so loving. Can you imagine trying to hug an owl? What happened to your eye, Wayne? I don't want to talk about it. Owl for sale. So anyways, yeah, look, it's interesting. We have a lower low after a lower high. Oh, what? Yeah. Okay, yeah. If you had only been paying attention to the top, you might have seen a drop, lower high, lower low. Or now maybe you go, my Sharona. And maybe in the next day or two, you do one of these, huh? Is that what you intend to do? I don't know what you intend to do. What do you intend to do? Huh? To quote the great philosopher of the 1990s, Snoop Doggy Dogg, he says, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? I got a pocket full of pips and my homeboys do too. Yeah, so what you gonna do? Are you gonna buy it here as a higher low? Or are you gonna sell it here as a lower high? Yeah. And everyone else is like, well, what does my MACD say? Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Now, if we have an end, it is a tough call. That's why you got to make one of them on hell. What most people do on hell is they don't make a decision at all, and they want to be reactionary. They want their tools to tell them what to do, and it doesn't work like that. Right. So if you do that on hell, okay, it doesn't work. What I'm saying is you pick one, and now it becomes binary. You're either right or you're wrong versus, well, both could be right. Both could be wrong. So you make a decision. So what I asked people to do a week and a half ago was to spend all their time, I said, you probably never track Japanese politics or central banking policy discussions in the media in Japan. So a week and a half to 2 weeks ago, I said, do it now. Okay? That's what I said. I said, you probably never do it. Do it now. and be prepared for something that could inevitably turn out to be a complete reversal. And now that's hundreds of pips ago. And look at, if we go back in looking at the Japanese stock market, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days, 9 trading days without a higher high. And then 10, 11 days was the last high. So almost to the day. Because those are trading days. This is when I'm like, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention, right? Right? Like shields up, red alert, I think I even said. I'm like, Klingon bird of prey, right? Klingon bird of prey on the Borbo! Commander Data, go into, right? Not Data. Commander Worf, put us in Delta formation, right? I'm even doing the skits from Star Trek New Generation. I'm like, dude, you can't see it now because the bird of prey, the Klingon bird of prey is decloaked, right? Is cloaked. So you got to be prepared. Anyways, definitely discussed. And I said, this could definitely happen. So in that scenario, Angel, right? You either buy into that narrative or you don't. And at the time, I'm like, I don't know. This has been going up for 2 years. But your USD yen was at 150. And I'm like, it looks like it wants to roll over. And then I go through all the yen pairs. They all look like they want to roll over. And now we're at the ultimate double top in the Japanese stock market. It looks like it wants to roll over. And every hedge fund on the planet has been long this sucker. And they've made good money. They're begging for reasons to get out. And then I said, what could happen is, and I think I had it like this. I had all these like stop, 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 stop. I had all these stops. I'm like, look, it could be one snowflake too many, and this turns into an avalanche. One stop hits the next stop, hits the next stop. Okay? But once again, I don't know it's going to do that. But it's the decision of, are you going to do it or not? And you make the decision. And if you're wrong, most of the time you just don't get an entry. If you're wrong, maybe you lose a little bit of money. But if you're right, you caught a lower high off a trend. And so in this case, did I trade this? No, but I did it on pound yen as an example. And I think I did it like right after the speech that we're talking about. Right? So anyways, so we never know, but you're right. You don't want to set this up in hindsight. And it's very easy for traders to end up doing this. You do it to yourself because I'm not talking about you, but like we all do this, where in the hindsight of being a trader, you see all the trades you shoulda, coulda, woulda traded, but you missed. Like I used to beat myself down like a dirty dog, where I felt like I should have got that. I should have made more money. I could have, should have, woulda. Why didn't I? And it was a very bad narrative. So what I would suggest on hell, because we don't know, you decide now, are you going to sell the lower high in the future and put this trade? That's what you should be deciding today. And somebody else is making the same decision and they want to buy it here. And you're like, well, that's compelling too. Okay, you have to decide, is it this trade? Is it the blue one or the pink one that you want? Okay. When do you know it's the wrong one? your stop gets hit on hell. Oh, how do you differentiate people from selling or taking profit? That's easy. What's the trend? You have to boil it down to, like, what is the trend? See, there was an uptrend, and that means there's absolutely no bears. Okay? Okay, now we've been going into a consolidation phase. And if it breaks down this way, okay, we know because there's bears can only sell at the top. Okay, those blue areas are where bears can sell. So the trick with trading isn't being right. The trick to trading is being wrong in a way that doesn't hurt. So when I was a kid, knee high to a grasshopper, I took judo lessons. And the first thing they teach you in judo is how to fall down. How to fall down in a way in which you don't get hurt. And I still remember when you get flipped, because that's what judo is, they just flip you over and over. You get flipped and flipped and flipped, and you slap one hand down on the mat as you get flipped, and it takes all the negative energy away. I also was a skateboarder. Oh, you guys got to see this. Any skateboarders around here? Let me just show you my skateboards. Sitting on my... Look at this. I have the original Paul Peralta ripped. Oh, shut the back door. With the independent trucks and the original street wheels. Look at that. Check this out. Oh, there's dust all over it. But check this out, man. 1984. I got the original, dude. Oh, sick. If you know boards, that's it. And then look at this. This is the board I rode every day. Oh my God, isn't that beautiful? You might even recognize the stickers. Like, it's so sweet. Okay? That's the first Tony Hawk with the experimental bonite. So if you know anything about boards, bonite came out in the late 80s and it's black. Mine is white. I have white bonite. You wouldn't be able to tell except I shredded my board. Anyways, look at this board, man. Beautifully loved. I've snapped the independent trucks. Caballero, do you remember Caballero? Yeah, look at that board. Beautiful, right? All right, so what's the number one? Wow, just amazing. I still love this board. Oh my God. All right. What's the number one skill for a skateboarder? Knowing how to fall. Knowing how to fall and not breaking your bones, not breaking your kneecaps, not breaking your skull. Because you're going to fall. Same thing on hell, right? Like when we talk about trading, don't worry about being right. Worry about making a decision, trading the decision, and managing your risk. And if you focus this way on hell, and I know you got focus, I know you do. You ask good questions all the time. You relentlessly drive for the truth. It's good. But I can also see that it causes frustration. Because we're not trading, like trading isn't pure math. I teach you the math. I teach you in particular in investing. In the investing course, we do a lot of math. Now, I do the math and I show you, and then I do the math and I get a number, and now you understand the number. And now all you care about is like the number. But I show you the math. So that's quantitative analysis, but it doesn't, that kind of math doesn't tell you what the market is doing. It doesn't tell you greed. It doesn't tell you fear. Half the time, I think institutional investors, the smart money, are making the wrong choice. They're doing it now. They're pricing in cuts before the Fed has even said there's going to be cuts. They're guessing, they're betting. But hedge funds are paid to be degenerate gamblers. They're like, if I can't make 10,000%, I'd rather have 100% loss. Okay? So the market can be wrong all the time, but it moves the market. So it's not about being right or wrong. It's knowing what you want to do. And then over years of experience, decades of experience, you learn the patterns inside of a typical year, like seasonality. But I was very clear, and I have been over the last many days, that we're entering into a period of the prime directive not even being making money in the market. If you've noticed, NASDAQ has underperformed and Dow has overperformed recently. Okay, I have to go to US stocks for that. And that is weird if you don't understand what's going on. What's going on? Okay, this has to do with year-end bookkeeping. This is year-end bookkeeping, which causes this. But you're like, but, yeah, this is up 3 times more than that. Well, not now. And this has to do with portfolio construction and management. This has to do with taxes. This has to do with year-end bonuses. It's not macroeconomics. It's not quantitative analysis of positioning. It's not technical analysis. It's not fundamental. It's not a change in what people think the Fed's going to do in December or in the first quarter or in the first half. This isn't future expectations of interest rate cuts or changes in inflation expectations, not the University of Michigan, blah, blah, blah. No. This is portfolio management. This has more to do with taxation than anything. So suddenly, this is going down and this is going up. And this is somewhere in between. And it makes sense. It makes sense. And so that throws everything off, right, Angel? Because, well, where's the clear answer? The clear answer is to understand all of it. You have to know the fundamentals, you have to know the technicals, and then after years of experience, you'll get to see the subtleties and the nuances. And you need to, it's helpful to be a hedge fund manager, to manage other people's money, or to have friends that are money managers. Okay? Many of my friends are hedge fund managers. Many of my friends are wealth managers. So I understand their business cycles. Because this is a business, man. And it all goes into it. So I'll go back to what I said as a strong stamp of summary. To restate the thesis as the conclusion. And that is, you need to make a decision based on both technicals and fundamentals, the best you possibly can. Then you confirm or deny your entries, your exits, and your stop loss placements based on technical analysis. And if you're wrong, you'll be a little bit wrong. Or if you're wrong, you don't get a trade at all. And over weeks and months and quarters and years and decades of trading, your percentage, if you will, of right and wrong will improve. Somebody said 70% if you only did lower highs. Okay, let's go with that. Maybe in 10 years, if you only trade what you planned in advance, and that included technical analysis, so you're like, I want to sell. And you planned it out in advance. And you're like, I think it's going to double top here. Then it double tops. Then you're like, I think it's going to make a lower low. And then it makes a lower low. So you set up, I'm going to sell the lower high. And you're going here, here, and here. Plan A, plan B, and then the stop. And you set it all up. Much of the time, I won't say most, but let's say much of the time, your trades, because they're conservative, you have discipline setting that up, and you're consistent in what you do. Much of the time they'll win, and your winners will be much bigger than your losers. So that even if you're wrong half the time, you'll be profitable, quite profitable. But if you're right most of the time, or much of the time, 60-40, 66-33, and your winners are bigger than losers, and most of your trades are winners, dude, you're king of the markets. And that's where you got to get to, because that's what we call professional management, where you can sit down with a client like I do every day. I say, look, going back to that pound yen trade, right? Let's just, because it's, I was able in advance, where is it? Pound. Here it is, okay? In advance to say that based on this entry, there's an exit up here. Cool. And then when there's a double top, I'm like, okay, if I wanted to be a bear, that's the first part of the trade. So I could trade the double top, or I could trade the lower high. If I get it right, I'll probably make money, because the pattern is this. We talked about it, like, not even joking, like weeks in advance. Weeks, not minutes, not after the fact, not hindsight, weeks in advance. Okay, cool. And now, if the pattern fulfills itself, we're going to go here. If the pattern doesn't fulfill itself, you get one of these kind of situations. And that's why I'm dragging my stop. So I have 150 pips locked in. Because I still might be wrong. But I might be very right, or I might be moderately right. And if I was wrong and I sold here, how much would I have lost? Well, we know that's the next selling pivot. And we know this is the ultimate high. So it might be one of those things where, you're risking 100 and you're going for 500. It's actually more than that, as you know, but whatever. You see what I mean? And it's not the decision. No, I should say it the other way around. It's not the technicals, it's not the fundamentals, it's the consideration that you put in that is most important on how. Most important. And you can't think about using the tools so that you know for certain what's happening next. The tools can only tell you what has happened up until now. Both QuantBox and your technical analysis here. I think you mentioned tradeplans.ai, which we're going to do now. I guess we should do that. And you're like, it said up, but the market reversed. Yeah, but trade plans isn't thinking forward. It's only telling you the trend has been up. It doesn't say the trend's going to reverse. How would it know? It doesn't know the future. Okay? So that's where we cover this. And you're like, well, based on things like taxes, things maybe like seasonality. The potential for this after a double top is significantly higher. Now, the trend at the time of the trade, right, is up, but we understand the importance of selling a lower high after a double top. And in that case, I sold in an uptrend. Yeah, but the trend is up. When do you do that? Very rarely. How many people here... I guess I shouldn't frame it that way. How about this? People that know me well know that I rarely set up reversal patterns for trades. Rarely. Rarely, rarely, rarely. So that one I did, and it worked. Well, there was something in there that gave me the confidence to take the trade. Or, okay, one of those things, one of the other ways to do this is take both trades. Right, Angel? So let's go into that, because Angel's like, we had the basis of this conversation is, how do you know which one? It's because it's easy in hindsight. Yeah, but you won't be able to trade in hindsight, right? So the other thing you can do, and get, right? That's a boomerang trade, right? I don't know anything about a boomerang trade. I'm sorry, I've been trading so long I don't have cool names for my stuff. That sounds great though, right? A boomerang trade. Or do I have one? No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what a boomerang trade is. But here's what you do. In a consolidation scenario, we know that what you do in consolidation is, okay, you see the giant, like nearly 100% pullback, okay, and then 100% pullback, okay. In scenarios like this, one of the strategies that you can, the wide trade bottom has a name. Yeah, see, I don't trade like that. Right? I'm an entrepreneur. I don't like rules. I like breaking rules. So like I don't trade patterns and stuff like that. I trade logic, right? So you got to be careful. And I think many have been overtrained in the wrong things by other quote unquote gurus. I really want to break some of those habits, but nonetheless, the interesting thing about a trade like this is we know, in particular at this time of consolidation, that the long-term trend is still up. And yet the short-term price action is down. Right? Yeah, I know you are, Angel. This is why I'm giving you so much respect and focusing on this, because I know you're asking the right questions and everybody benefits. So thank you. So by me doing a deep dive like this, I'm showing respect. So in a complex pattern like this of short-term short but long-term long, one of the things you can do, and I might have actually done this. I don't know. I don't remember. But I'll tell you, sometimes I'll buy at the bottom and sell at the top and put my stop, and one of them works. Like an option straddle. You short here, you long here, and you take a walk. The thing is to consistently do it over time. Not randomly do it. Okay? And there are lots of traders that do a strategy like this, in particular options traders, because there's a built-in stop loss when you trade options. Okay? So like if you buy, and I'm going to keep it ridiculously dumb simple, but if you use options to buy, there's baked in how much you can possibly lose. If the option expires worthless, you know exactly how much you're going to lose. And the same is true for basically if you're long or short. Okay? Now there's a time element, but I'm making it just stupid, okay? But the thing is, long or short, built-in stop. So like, let's say the most you could lose here is $50. The most you could lose here is $50. But if you have the tenacity to stay with the winner, okay, then one of them is worth, let's say, $250. So one of them you make $250 on the short side, and then you lose this, so you ultimately make $200. And even though you were doing this in the cash market, you can manage your stops in the same way. But I think that's too much of a trick. I think the way is to understand the fundamentals, okay, of these currency pairs. So I scream bloody murder about the yen, okay? Bloody murder for weeks, days, like, I mean, even hours, even like when we were here, I said, be prepared for this move. So I took it. Okay, like literally moments before the sell, I said, you don't be surprised. But at the same time, I've said the pound is a dog with fleas. And we spent months going through the fundamental data and haven't even found one reason to own the pound. So if I think like for some odd reason, some odd change in policy by either the government or the central bank of Japan, which could then unwind. See, I don't think anyone's buying the yen. This is bearish bets on the yen that are being unwound. So just based on unwinding short positions in yen, yen gets stronger. And if yen gets strong, the pound is a dirty dog with fleas that sleeps in the gutters. It's a nasty dog with fleas. So how do you put all this together? If there's a Japanese yen unwind, and I compared it to an avalanche, where in the beginning nothing happens and suddenly it's out of control, then I would want to trade against the pound because I can't even find a reason to own the pound. You might say, well, it's so cheap. Yeah, but I still see reasons it can get cheaper. So I'm like, if I was going to do any of this fundamentally, it'd be pound yen. So now, you see, that gets me to the decision on how I don't really want to unwind the yens. I don't want it to happen. I want the trend to continue, but I understand it might be happening. And so how do I expose myself to this risk and turn the risk into a reward? Oh, I would sell a double top with a lower high. I would sell the top of consolidation. Okay, and here we go. You ready on hell? Not hindsight. Okay, ride the 21, which is, of course, in the training course. Down, 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 up, up, sell, down, 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 up, up, sell. So now maybe we have a down, 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 up, up, and a future sell. Oh my God, that was so wonderful. That was so beautiful. Ah! Gee whiz. Oh my God. Whew. I don't know if you know, but after our live streams together, I'm emotionally exhausted. I don't know if you know that. It takes me hours to recover. And I'm not even joking. I give you as much as I humanly can, and then it's the tank is empty. I'm burning the fuel to give you as much horsepower as possible. So if you can click the thumbs up, that'd be cool. Maybe it works. Maybe that tells YouTube that I'm not your, I don't know, whatever, just another guru. Try to actually be helpful. All right. How many people have actually posted a trade plan at tradeplans.ai? Do you want me to cover and give you feedback on your trade plans, or are we done? Let me know. Actually, let's do a poll. It's so much easier. Let me just do a poll. Have you / will you post a trade plan for review at tradeplans.ai? And I suppose I have to put in today. It has to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. All right, let's see. If you're done, I'm done. Last week, BMA, I had to pay ChatGPT, OpenAI. I had to pay OpenAI a bunch of money for upgrades. Bear in mind, I paid money and you guys don't pay me money. This has turned out to be some community service. But anyways, I paid them hundreds of dollars. And then I had to pay Amazon hundreds of dollars. And so, right, so we had to change keys and all that kind of stuff. So if it backfired last week, it was because of that. Okay? So maybe that's what's going on there. There were times when it may have not worked. Yeah. but only like a few hours here, and then it bombed out because we had to change some things because of AWS. And then what happened was, so with OpenAI, actually with both of them, Amazon Web Services is where Aiden's brain lives. So he's been thinking a lot about your trades, to the point where he uses energy for food, because he's not real, he's artificial. And I get billed for the amount of energy Aiden's thought process takes. Remember, millions of candlestick data being analyzed. So I had to pay a lot of money to them. And then the second part is Aiden has to communicate to you. And we use OpenAI for that part. So there's two AIs going on. And then actually, to think about it, I spent another $250. So I might have spent nearly $1,000 this month on this. I forgot about that. Yeah, so anyways, Aiden needs to communicate with you. Okay, my mouse just died. Uh-oh, this is going to be a problem. My mouse just died. Where are you guys frozen? No, the candles are moving. Weird. Hang on. Oh, great. Yeah, did I lose you guys? But my mouse doesn't work. It's not moving. It's not per chart, Meta. It's, there we go, I got my mouse working. It's the amount of thought. It truly is a strange thing. Oh, yeah, my mouse is dead. Yeah, my mouse is dead. So after all that, I'm not going to be able to do this. I'll be lucky to even be able to shut down the live stream. Yeah, too bad. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Jim. Yeah, that's right, everyone. Please just use Chrome. Yeah, so like, no joke, right? Leave it. So no joke. Yeah, I've spent probably $750 to $1,000 just this month on this program I built for you. So I hope you use it. Okay? I hope you use it and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I got my mouse working again. Nope, it stopped. So I have to just get my mouse to work for 5 seconds so I can end the stream. So I'll wish you adieu, because I have to go and get new batteries and all that. So thank you for being part of the community. I will, if you post a trade plan, maybe later today, I'll just do a video and put it on the tradeplans.ai YouTube channel. I'm doing that, Johnny Dollar, right? Dollar Bill, Dollar Johnny. So I'm going to turn it on, end the live stream, and then it'll probably die. Okay? All right. So anyways, thank you, babe. That I got to jump. That was real. And I will see you soon. No, that didn't work. There we go. Boom.